Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, Comments and Answers TJ. I hope you are all doing well. In this new video, we are going to prepare for the questions of our Christian life. We are in the week of September 23rd to 29th. The theme for this week is, Jehovah's Standards Are the Best. Let's begin. Let's start with the questions from the first part. Question 1. Why shouldn't we trust the moral standards of this world? According to the Bible, human beings are not capable of directing their own steps correctly. Jeremiah 10:23 reminds us, I well know, O Jehovah, that man's way does not belong to him. It does not belong to man who is walking even to direct his step. This shows us that, due to our imperfection, our human standards can be flawed and not always reliable. Furthermore, Jeremiah 17:9 warns us about how deceitful the human heart can be, and human emotions can lead us to justify behaviors that are not right in God's eyes. This shows that our decisions based on human standards can be deeply influenced by selfish or incorrect desires. Additional comments. The Apostle Paul also warns us in 2 Corinthians 11:13-15 that Satan and his ministers can disguise themselves as righteous workers, indicating that many times the standards and teachings that seem correct from the world's perspective, in reality, are not. Satan, the god of this system, deceives people into following paths that seem good but actually lead them away from God. In Ephesians 4:18-19, Paul describes the people of the world as those who are mentally in darkness and alienated from the life that belongs to God. These people have lost all moral sensitivity and indulge in immoral practices without remorse. This is why we should not base our conduct on the world's standards of morality but on Jehovah's just principles and laws. Question 2. Why can we trust Jehovah's moral standards? We can fully trust Jehovah's moral standards because they come from a God of love, infinite wisdom, and absolute truth. A clear example of his love for us is seen in John 3:16, where Jehovah loves us so much that he even sacrificed his own Son to give us the opportunity to live forever. This shows that his standards are designed for our well-being and to help us have a full and happy life. Additional comments. Romans 11:33 also highlights the depth of Jehovah's wisdom. Unlike human beings, who are limited and imperfect, Jehovah is infinitely wise. His standards and laws are based on perfect knowledge, ensuring that they are just and beneficial to us. We can always trust that his principles are the best, even when we don't fully understand his reasons. Titus 1:2 reminds us of another reason we can trust Jehovah. He is completely truthful, he does not lie or deceive. Everything he promises, he fulfills. Therefore, when he gives us moral instructions, we can be sure that they always reflect what is best for us and that we will never be disappointed if we follow His guidance. Question 3. How do God's moral standards protect us? By following Jehovah's standards, we avoid falling into problems that many of those who don't follow them often face. In the case of Hugo and Clara, they were able to resist peer pressure and avoid the difficulties that many of their peers experienced, such as substance abuse or bad influences. Divine standards act as protection, keeping us away from behaviors that can cause us suffering or negative consequences. Additional comments. God's standards, based on His infinite wisdom and love, help us make decisions that benefit us in the long term. As mentioned in texts like Isaiah 48:17-18, Jehovah teaches us what is best for our peace and well-being. By obeying His commandments, we are under His protection, allowing us to avoid situations that could harm our physical, emotional, or spiritual life. The video highlights how God's standards help people, especially young ones, resist peer pressure and negative influences from the world. When we have clear moral principles, it's easier to say no to harmful behaviors and remain firm in doing what's right. Well, those were the practical answers about this week's study of our Christian life. I hope they are very helpful to you, my dear brothers and sisters. I send you a big hug, and may Jehovah bless and protect you always.